Hey everyone, Nick Engvall here. Before we get into today's episode, I want to tell you about some of the people that make the sneaker history community and this podcast possible. It's more important than ever to think about who you give your money to when you're buying clothing to go with your kicks. Our friends at Guilty Goods started their brand with a goal of giving back, especially to the communities that make sneaker culture possible. With every purchase from Guilty Goods, at least 10% of the proceeds are donated to organizations like Big Brothers and Big Sisters, the Susan G. Komen Foundation, the Movement for Black Lives, and many more. You can save 30% on your order by using the code HISTORY at guiltygoods.us. Again, that's history at guiltygoods.us for 30% off, and you can feel good about your purchase knowing you're supporting a meaningful cause. Sneakers are all about presentation, and if you're like me, displaying your kicks at home or in the office is just as important as when they're on your feet. Sneaker Throne makes sneaker display cases featuring customizable LED lights, drop-side cases to showcase the entire side of the shoe, not just the heel or the toe, the whole shoe. They've also got display cases for trading card collectors and hat collectors. To me, it's the perfect way to display your collection. You can save at least 10% on your Sneaker Throne order by using the code HISTORY at sneakerthrone.com. That's history at sneakerthrone.com. If you're a Patreon supporter or a member of our Discord community, you already know about Kicks with V hot sauce and his small batch, locally sourced hot sauce. V has been one of the biggest supporters of sneaker history and the podcast since the early days. He's currently the defending champion in our community trivia nights competition. Kicks with V hot sauce has been a huge hit with the community. You can save 10% on your order by using the code SneakerHistory10 at kickswithvhots.com. That's SneakerHistory10 at kickswithvhots.com. Now, you're probably here because you like sneakers, and if you join the Discord, you know our community is about so much more than that. Whether it's the marathon-like community calls, trivia night debates, the in-person meetups, or just sharing our favorite experiences, we found that although we have such different backgrounds, we all have some unexpected shared passions. Not only does the entire community look out for each other when it comes to releases, we're like a support group for life in general. You can join the Discord community for free by heading to the show notes of this episode. After you're done listening to this episode, tell someone you like their kicks today. You never know how far a simple compliment can take you, and we all know how good it feels to have someone show their appreciation. Now let's get into today's episode. What up, what up? Welcome back to the Sneaker History Podcast. Hey, before we get into this episode, I wanted to tell you about a couple of our partners. These are some of the folks that help us keep the podcast going, and they've been nice enough to offer some exclusive discounts for our listeners. Now, if you've watched us on YouTube, you all know how we love to display our kicks when we're not rocking them. Sneaker Throne makes sneaker display cases featuring customizable LED lights, drop-side cases to showcase your entire shoe, not just the heel, not just the toe, shoe trees, a number of other sneaker-related accessories. You can save 10% on your Sneaker Throne order by using the code HISTORY. You can find a link to Sneaker Throne in the description, or you can just head to sneakerhistory.com/sneakerthrone and it will send you directly to their site. Again, that's 10% off with the code HISTORY. Our friends at Prospect are the premier streetwear brand and sneaker boutique based in sunny San Diego, California. One of my favorite places. Prospect is not your typical hypebeast haven, though. They carry classic footwear from brands like Asics, New Balance, Puma, Saucony, as well as local and globally known streetwear brands like Belief, Illust, Rottweiler, Stussy, and many others. Not to mention their own Prospect label and the iconic Just a Kid from Dago collection. If you're a listener of the podcast, you can save 10% on all of your orders from Prospect through their website with the code HISTORY10. That's promo code HISTORY10 at prspctsd.com. Now, if you're a Patreon supporter or a member of our Discord community, you already know about Kicks with V hot sauce and his small batch, locally sourced hot sauce. V has been one of the biggest supporters of sneaker history and the podcast since the early days, and his hot sauce has been a huge hit with the community. To celebrate the launch of his new coffee habanero flavor hot sauce and his new habanero honey, my personal favorite, he's given an exclusive discount to our podcast listeners. The first 50 people to use the code SneakerHistory10 will save 10% on their order from kickswithvhots.com. That's SneakerHistory10 at kickswithvhots.com. If you or someone you know is interested in sponsoring the podcast or becoming a partner with our community, get in touch with us. You can reach us by email at podcast@sneakerhistory.com, and we'll get back to you with information about how we can partner. And now for today's episode.
Jordan trying to shake off Starks. Oh, what a move!
LeBron James with no regard for human life. Final seconds. Bryant for the win.
Iverson against Gill, the crowd on its feet. Allen for the win.
Welcome to the Sneaker History Podcast.
What up, what up? Welcome back to the Sneaker History Podcast. I'm with my guys, Rohit and Mike. We are about to dive into a My Starting Five episode. of superhero-inspired sneakers. Guys, what's good? How you doing?
I'm stoked. I mean, we got Spider-Man trailer, so I'm cool. I'm satisfied for the week.
Yeah.
That was something. And then the one I sent to the super secret thread that is only the 4 co-hosts, that was something else. So there are a lot of creative people in this world. In this instance, I'm glad I'm not one of them. But yeah, I still giggled at that. So.
All right. So my starting 5 is kind of like a fantasy draft of sorts. We run through snake style draft. We already ran the numbers.
It goes Nick, myself, and Mike with the bookend picks.
So I'm just going to start out and jump right in. I think the best shoe possibly of all time when it comes to superheroes, comic books, anime, wherever you want to pick, it's got to be the Spider-Man Jordan 1.
Well, there's my number 1 pick right off the board.
I mean, it's everyone's number 1 pick.
It was so
Very
good.
rarely do we have a consensus number 1 pick. I finally feel like we actually have something in common with the NBA draft because every 3 years there's that one can't miss prospect that we're like, this is Tim Duncan, this is Derrick Rose before he got injured. This is countless other people that are all escaping me. So you just picked Tim Duncan. Good job, Nick.
Well, and I think Miles Morales, the film itself just is like that added slam dunk to make that shoe even better, right? Arguably one of the best ever. So had to. I would have kicked myself if I passed on it.
The greatest Pixar movie that Pixar never made, and it was because Marvel made it. And I think that's the one passing of the torch moment where Marvel is a new Pixar, and the fact that they haven't yet missed Thor 2 be damned. But anyway, I'm up next with my first overall pick. I am going to take this where I think any good superhero dreads, which is a supervillain. Okay. And I'm going to go with the Dr. Doom foams.
Ooh, I forgot about that one. That's a solid pick, dude. Very solid
Excellent pick. Excellent pick.
Kneel before Professor Chaos, if you will, gentlemen.
Oh, my God. Good for you. Dang it, it slipped my mind. All right. So I guess it's my turn now, and I got the first and second pick going on. It will be number 1. It's going to be the Dark Knight Kobe 5. I mean, has to be done. And to follow that up with another Batman-themed shoe, it was going to be the Batman Babe Stuff from, I think, 2007.
I feel like this is going to have more Batman representation than any other superhero. That's my super secret bet that I've got. And I don't know what it is about the Cape Crusader that inspires a lot of sneaker love, but you know, Bruce Wayne is going to Bruce Wayne. So with my second overall pick, I too will go on the Batman theme, but I will go with the Dornbecker Batmans, which had the 3M light up, and I think it's great because every superhero wants to do well by the kids, and Batman love the kids, and Ro love the kids, so that's why Ro is going with the Dornbecker Batman.
Batman love the kids.
Great pick. Great pick. I got back-to-backs here, so I'm going to go... I'm going to go with the Spider-Man Reebok Instapump Furies with my number 2 pick. And
very nice.
Very nice.
I'm going to throw a curveball with my next pick, and I'm going to go with the Anta KT3 Black Panthers.
Okay, let's look these up. I haven't seen these.
I've seen them. They're pretty solid.
It's a pretty crazy shoe.
Okay, I'm just going to stall. That is not bad of a shoe. I like it. And if Clay was a superhero, do you think he'd be Black Panther? Because I feel like there's a much better superhero for Clay, but I'll noodle on that a little bit more as we kind of go on. Because
Clay's Star-Lord. Like, he can't be anyone other than Star-Lord for that personality.
Really? I was thinking he could be almost Groot, or not Groot, sorry, Drax, because at times he's so dry. And he's like, of course I'm the best shooter in the world. Which, speaking of minor tangent, that What If episode about T'Challa, your boy started crying. That was some beautiful storytelling right there.
The end got me. The tribute to him was like, oh, I'm trying to work and watch this, and I want to cry like a baby now. Great.
Oh, it was a bad week for nerdy cries because between that and CM Punk coming back to wrestling, I didn't cry for that, but I saw a meme where a guy basically said, you know, I didn't cry when my son was being born. I didn't cry when my daughter got married. I cried when CM Punk came back to the United Center. And I was like, yep, this is the golden era of being a nerd, and that sentiment and that statement right there is the embodiment of that. So for me, my next pick, I will go for a superhero, but he's an untraditional superhero, and I will go with the Adidas Forum Low Duffmans, because Duffman is the greatest Simpson superhero, not Radioactive Man, but Duffman, because like all these great superheroes, he has that internal dialogue about why should I do this? Why am I doing this? So that's why I'm going to go ahead and pick that as my number 3 overall pick.
Dang. That was
That's a good
definitely
pick.
out of left field. I didn't see that one coming. Ah, man. All right. So I'm going to have to go with my number 3 pick. I actually have to follow the Black Panther lead that Nick started, but it's going to be the Dame 5 Black Panther.
Good pick.
That shoe, my wife actually has that shoe, and it is sensational. I love that pair of shoes. And looks like I have another pick. I'm going to go with another Adidas basketball shoe, and that is going to be the Dawn Issue 1 Venom. So we're going with the anti-hero here. They don't do many Venom shoes, but the Dawn Issue 1 Venom just done perfectly. It's hard to find, too. Like, that one got eaten up so quick at the stores, it was nuts.
That's a really good pick, and I was wondering if we would see any of that signature line, because I think he's going to be the torchbearer going forward, and we're going to probably get, a Sinister Six colorway at the time Donovan Mitchell gets to that 7th shoe, hopefully, but we'll see. I think I'm up next, and this is my 4th pick, and what I'm going to go with as I look through my list is the Nike Air Max 95 Human Torches. I believe it was part of the Nike Sportswear Fantastic 4-pack that came out in 2006. I just figured we've been doing a lot of Air Max talking, so this would be a nice pick, and it's a vibrant shoe, and I tend to go for those.
Nice.
Great pick.
Nick,
My
4 and 5?
4th pick is going to be a shoe that probably most people don't remember, but it is a fantasy New Balance MT580, the Green Hornet edition.
Ooh.
I think it's 2008, 2009, somewhere in there.
Okay.
MT580 is kind of a chunky runner, but it was
that
actually
one.
originally a creation for Meta Sneakers exclusively, and then it kind of expanded. But that particular colorway is just all black with that lime green, but
sick.
almost the entire upper is 3M. It's been in my eBay save searches for quite some time, but I haven't come across one in my size, so that'll be my number 4.
Very nice.
Oh, man. What do I got here? Number 5. I think I have to go with... I can't. I'm going to leave that on the table. I can't. I'm going to go with Iron Man Dunks.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm intrigued by what you left on the table,
I
but
am
you know
too.
what? Because that would, if I remember correctly, Nick, that would have been your last pick. So I mean, like, go for broke. But if you want to bless us with the Iron Man Dunks, go for it. What made you pick that shoe?
I'm more of an Iron Man fan than I am, Superman or Spider-Man or anything, right?
Sure.
But the couple of shoes that I have on my list that I didn't choose, I feel like they're like more popular by other people than what I actually would just put on and wear, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I would wear the Iron Man Dunks all the time. I just think the colorway is great, regardless of the attachment to Iron Man. So the others, we'll see if they come up, but I'll definitely, we'll have a little talk about what's still sitting on the table.
We get our 6-man popping off too. Don't forget.
In anticipation of the theme, we're going to call it the sidekick this week instead of the 6-man. Because,
Hey, there you go.
Nerds got a nerd. With my final overall pick, I am going to look through the list one more time, and I'll go for a Kobe pair because I think out of any modern player, Kobe's done the great job of kind of blending arts with the science of basketball, and I'll go for the Kobe 7 invisibility cloak. Some people say it was an homage to Halo, others say it was an homage to Harry Potter, so 10 points for Gryffindor and 10 points for Kobe for making sure this came out. So, Mike, what's your last? Is it your last pick, or do you have one more?
My last pick, and I think I'm in the same boat as Nick now. Like, when it finally got to my turn, I started struggling, but the last pick, I have to give it to my favorite Spider-Man. It's going to be Miles Morales, Adidas Superstar. I can't leave him out. So if I couldn't get the Jordan 1 Origin, I come back for the second coming with that with the Superstar.
Fair. Let's do this. Let's go through our sidekick pick, and I think this is actually an episode that's been flying by because I think the passion is so readily apparent for all of us. So I've got another topic after the sidekick portion, but
okay.
Whatchamacallit? Mike, go ahead and lead us off with your sidekick pick.
All right. So my sidekick pick, I'm going to the anime world, and I'm going to pick the Adidas, the ZX500 Goku.
Very nice.
So That is going to be my sidekick.
I will go back to that Fantastic 4-pack, and I'll end up with the Thing Dunk, because that was a pretty gnarly shoe, and I think it complements the Air Max 95 Human Torch as well. Yeah. Nick? Did we get the mystery pick that you alluded to?
All right, so I thought one of you guys would pick it, actually. There's 2 shoes on my list of should be picked in this. The Nike Foamposite Light, the Kryptonates, right? The story for Nate Robinson and the Dwight Howard back and forth was epic. Yeah. Dwight's had a lot of good Superman-inspired shoes throughout the years. I left the TS Beast off, but that is a shoe that I think is super underrated. But the other one that I don't know if this shoe actually released, and I just can't remember, but there was a Superman LeBron 6, and I can't remember if it was just a sample or if it actually released.
Oh, no, it was the 6 didn't release. The 3 released recently.
Well, and yeah,
and
3 is like
there's a 6.
But there's a 6, a blue suede upper, white toe, and like a red and yellow swoosh.
Yeah,
and I don't know if they're officially a release or I can't remember. Those are 2 that the general sneakerhead population would approve of my choices, because I know there's going to be a lot of people listening to this and watching this that go, and it's a KT3, but I just really like that shoe, man.
It's good. That is a fantastic shoe.
That is a lovely shoe. I didn't think I would ever like anything that was inspired by Superman, but that's a fantastic shoe. And I guess it was called the Hardwood Classic Alternate Zoom LeBron 6, so maybe it did get released, but I don't remember seeing that.
So maybe it wasn't officially a Superman shoe if it was a Hardwood Classic then. I don't know. But
so we'll take it.
It lands in my mind as a Superman shoe.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like
Alrighty, so what my theory was, or rather my other question, which I pose to you now, is there a superhero that is underrepresented in our list? Because I can think of some, and in that true what-if fashion, pick the superhero and the modern-day line that you would combine to give that superhero or supervillain the proper love that they deserve. So, Mike, I'll defer to you because I feel you could talk the longest about this subject while Nick and I continue to kind of figure out what we need to do.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of tough to think about, like, who needs a shoe. I mean, first thing that comes to mind, you know how many dunks you can make in Wolverine alternative colors? Like, there's so many, like, Wolverine is very
represented.
There you go, underrepresented in the shoe game, and he's one of the most beloved superheroes.
You could do so many. Weapon X, Alpha Flight,
exactly.
Old Man Logan. I totally get it.
The X-Force. I mean, I'm surprised actually there was no more Deadpool as well. He's become such a big character, especially since the movies come out. Very, again, underrepresented. He's a lot of clothing, things like that, but you don't see the sneaker world really blowing up with. Man, I can do this all day. I'm just like thinking of things.
I think Deadpool has a Vans collab, maybe. Or
I think he does.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
but it was pretty. I don't know. It was pretty uneventful, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The easy one for me, sneakers, superhero, like Captain America, New Balance, red, white, and blue,
right?
like that.
With
Like that's
Kawhi
just like, why haven't they done this, right? Like, yes, that would be amazing. But like, why haven't you done that yet, right? I don't know.
Oh, we're giving away gems. We're giving away infinity stones of content. It's just up to the shoe companies to actually listen. My pick would be the Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange, and I think why not give him a KD colorway, because KD, like Doctor Strange, seems to bend space and time whenever he plays basketball, and he has this generally apathetic look when he's doing it because he truly has been above the game for a while, so that would be my pick. Give me a Doctor Strange-inspired KD colorway, and I'll eat that up like ice cream, so that's all I have. You guys want to give any parting thoughts?
Make more superhero shoes now.
Yeah, superhero shoes are always good.
Yeah.
But for the kids, for the older kids, for the older kids.
That's us. We're the older kids.
I don't think you can go wrong with them. Let us know what your favorite superhero sneakers are in the comments below. 5, and obviously every superhero needs a sidekick. So thanks for rocking with us, tuning in, listening, watching, wherever you're taking this in. If you're not a member of the Discord, hit the Patreon and get in there. There's some incredible people in there. Thanks for rocking with us, and catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
See ya.
still here. It's over. Go home. Oh, you're expecting a teaser. Well, we don't have that kind of money. We expecting Sam Jackson to show up with an eye patch and a saucy little leather number. Go. Oh!
Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and follow me on Patreon.
Hey everyone, this is Nick again. Before you take off, do us a solid and head over to Apple Podcasts to leave us a review. Give us a rating on Spotify and Amazon Music, and make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel because we have even more video content coming soon. Speaking of new content, we have an amazing community of sneaker enthusiasts that hang out in our Sneaker History Discord on a daily basis. While sneakers is a connection point that brought us all together, we've all discovered countless shared passions that we have in common with each other. We recently launched a couple of new podcasts directly from our community. One of them is a Formula One podcast. If you're an F1 fan like me, the Exhaust Notes podcast is your weekly fix of Formula One fun. It's hosted by myself, Rohit Malhotra, and Todd Yates. New episodes drop every Tuesday. I've been wearing fitted hats for years and collecting my favorite teams since I was a little leaguer. It has been awesome to see so many new fans getting into fitteds in recent years. Crown and Stitch is our new talk show about fitted hats with Dexter, Keith, and myself, where we talk about fitted hats, snapbacks, throw in some obscure hats because we all kind of like some funky stuff once in a while, don't we? Copping, collecting, and so much more. New episodes drop every Wednesday. Hit the links in the show notes for this episode to give our new shows a listen, and be on the lookout for more new podcasts dropping soon. Last but not least, tell someone you like their kicks today. You never know how far a simple compliment can take you, and we all know how good it feels to have someone show their appreciation. Thank you all for the support, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.